ええ、ここは停滞。この部屋はすごく安心できますね。
Hey, what's up, guys? James here. Playing up with some Arknights today. Time I feel like I'm getting closer to an 8:30 start. I actually was about to start on time today, but tech issues. So I had to unplug my cables from my PC, and I had a cable plugged in wrong, so the audio wasn't passing through properly. Anyways, yeah, quick 10-minute fix. It's all good. Yeah, I didn't stream on last Thursday just because I didn't feel up to it. I was really tired. I was not about to read while I was tired, right? What I think is, it's really weird, man. I enjoy reading. What's up, Master Mouse? How you doing? Like, I like reading. At the same time, it's like, read. I kind of get tired, like, really quickly. April Fool's tomorrow. Yeah, only 4 hours to go for us where I am. Looking forward to April Fool's on Nikkei, that's for sure. Arknights does some April Fool's stuff too, so that's all right. I don't know. I always enjoy April Fool's on Nikkei. Oh. Yeah. So we're gonna continue with the story today. I'm nowhere near close to finishing this within the event time. That's alright. Doesn't matter to me. The one this year for Arknights is funny. Alright. Yeah, like just reading story, I don't know, it just exhausts me. So yeah, but anyways, let's continue. Friends, new friends. Let's start by saying hi. Honestly, this is probably fine. I don't know. Well, I will look forward to it, yeah. We thank our honored guests for your patience. Please follow me. You comply with the guard's request, patiently waiting again in the office lobby for Elusius and the much rumored Grand Duchess's discussion to come to a close. The subdued interior has no clock or other timekeeping instrument, as if time is not a right conferred upon its visitors. You while away the minutes in utter boredom, thinking back to your own discussion not long ago. It's always eerie when there's no BGM. Only the doctor is allowed to meet with her? I also think it's unreasonable. If something unexpected happens, there's no way for Amiya and I to protect you. It doesn't seem like she is giving us any room to bargain. In the end, this is her domain. Alicia said she wanted to introduce us to the Grand Duchess, but we still don't know why she really wants to help us. My memory bank has no record of a young Ursine noble like her either. The woman acting as a special ambassador, who also personally knows the Grand Duchess, must be extraordinary. She has many secrets. The relationship between a Greifenberg envoy and a local noble is a subtle thing. But she did clearly say she wanted us to go with her to the mining district. We need to cooperate with her no matter what. This is the only chance we have to get into the mining district. These islands have stepped into the sites of Ursus, and we have no way of knowing how the local administration views us. I've had my fair share of past experience. I'll support your decisions, Doctor. Please be careful. Take a comms terminal at least. If anything happens, reach out immediately. We'll come to get you right away, even if we have to smash the place up while we're at it. Make sure I don't need to use it, but... What is this mine lockdown hiding? Corridors of the building are exceptionally empty, just like the streets of the city it stands in. The moment you are led inside, a slight nod is all you are left with. Not a word has passed your guide's lips the entire time. Perhaps he trusts your intuition to lead you to the correct room, or perhaps he is used to putting visitors to the test. Fortunately, he had detected the warm scent of applewood smoke wafting off that guard, which takes you to the only door emitting such a small smell. The door that leads to a room tucked away in a corner was once pushed open. It's as if the looming, imposing stone walls of this chill-boomed city have come together to hide a spot of sacrosanct tranquility. The first thing you see is a graceful, ash-blue figure standing at the other side of the room. Greetings. Your Imperial Highness, the Grand Duchess Yelizaveta Konstantinova Lakovskaya. I remember that's right. If you feel your nerves from here, you need not be worried. Please, call me Grand Duchess Elizabeth, as my friends do. I can tell that you are an individual of keen intellect. Voice is gentle and innocent, not at all what you expected. The mistress of the place slowly turns around. Welcome each and every guest to Bresk with open arms. This is not the part where you introduce your friend, daughter. Yes, of course. This is the one I was just speaking about, the Doctor at Rhodes Island Pharmaceutical. You may call me Doctor. It's an honor to be granted an audience, if I'm not too bold in paying you a visit. As I said, there is no need for such formality. Come forward, closer to the fire. My attendant shall fetch us some tea forthwith. It may be difficult for travellers from afar to adapt to Bresk in this season. Though she may be remote, there are times where she is warm and a pleasant home. Has your journey here been a smooth one? Here I can't describe it as such, but security certainly cares for Bresk. Please believe me when I say that all you have seen here is in service to maintaining the city's hard-fought serenity. Alota has already explained to me in great detail the excellent work her neuropathy specialist friends have done in the field. Yours is a talent our city sorely needs at this moment. You require a neuropathy specialist? The young Tsar wishes to bestow his favour equally upon every Ursine citizen. He even wishes for the division of infection to no longer plague his people. It is for this reason that he labours himself to exhaustion, such that even the most steely-eyed courtier is left heartbroken at the sight. He is the one who truly understands how precious a treasure His Imperial Majesty's innocence is. We who call ourselves his followers must do all we can to enact his will. Bresk borders the largest mining district in the far north. The methods we have available to treat neuropathy fall far short of His Imperial Majesty's ideals, which means we require some able doctors. If that is your Imperial Highness's goal, Doctor is the best partner you will find here. I have read Rhodes Island's specific papers by myself. Unlike those dusty old scholars of the Imperial Universities, who simply repeat the findings of others, Rhodes Island leads the vanguard in the field of neuropathy research. Oh my. I've never heard of our proud young officer express such admiration for anyone here before. Has working in Grifferberg changed you? I still distinctly remember your father grumbling to me about the awkward situations you would provoke at the ducal banquets. A rather embarrassing part of my past, Your Imperial Highness. If I explain this admiration further, I've always respected those with true talent and ability, such as Your Imperial Highness, and Doctor. I'm incredibly grateful for the reminder about my father. I only forgot to pass on his regards. This factory still produces uniforms of the highest quality for every soldier in the far north. His name can still be heard at every banquet on the frontier. But best return to the topic of our friend here. Let us speak plainly. What plans does Rhode Island have for Bresk? Hope you will allow us to enter the far northern mining district. We lost contact with the mobile medical team in the central mining district. Upon hearing your words, the Grand Duchess shows a split second of surprise, but does not forget herself. She looks towards Aloysius, and you notice a precise moment the young guardswoman's gaze turns evasive. The Grand Duchess lets out a long sigh, as if she were vexed by the terrible burden. Oh dear, dear. Doctor, that is how I should address you, yes? If this young lady has provoked a misunderstanding, then I do apologize. We welcome Rhode Island building an office in Bresk. I wish to offer as much as aid as I can. But the far northern mines are not open to sightseers at the moment. If your comrades are lost, then I ask you to leave with me their descriptions and last known whereabouts. I shall deploy every last man I can spare to help you find them. Pardon my candor, but I believe we need to discuss this further. I'm afraid... Your Imperial Highness. What if I invite them to travel with me under my name? Lotta. You're always such a naughty little rascal. You know that Bresk needs specialist homeopathy doctors. You know that with your recommendation I would not consider this a favor to be repaid. Allowing your friend to do business here. Now look here. What is it you wish to do? Drag our esteemed guest into our muddy, slow-laden troubles? Lotta, you're complicating the situation. It is not a complicated matter. May your Imperial Highness forgive my bluntness. I have never concealed my objective here. While the Tsar, there is hardly a soul in Grifferberg concerned about the possibility of unrest in your Bresk. There are many curious about the closure of the mining district, and the mutations among the infected. Those coming here may be idle young nobles, or scientists researching homeopathy. They could just as easily be an army captain, or dignitaries from the state council. Yeah, she's got it covered up. She's got a military coat on. What do you expect? It's fucking cold, man. The young guardswoman's tone remains furious, leaving you barely able to discern if the sharpness she speaks with is one of irreverent rudeness, if there is a prying, deeper meaning to it. Grand Duchess Elizabeth's eyes narrow. If they have their suspicions, then let them come and speak those suspicions here. The army see me as a fence-sitter, currying favour with the new nobles. The State Council sees me as some provincial Grand Duchess, well used to everyone laying their doubts and curiosities onto Bresk. So, my dear Lotta, we've sent you here to heap more blame upon me. Imperial Highness misunderstands. You know this is just a cushy job for me, paying a visit to your demesnes. But the intention was to petition you to grant these homeopathy specialists permission to accompany me into the mining district, that we might investigate the strange happenings surrounding the infected here. Anybody with some words of my own? Pray, speak, friend. I would like to clarify Rhode Island's position. We are simply a pharmaceutical company trying to address the infected issues. We're worried for the safety of our lost friends and must find them as soon as possible. As for other matters, Rhode Island will not and cannot get involved. I did not ask this earlier, but my curiosity abounds. Your colleagues, why ever did they go to the central mining district? They went to address cases of homeopathy. Oh. Rhode intentions are pure. But no higher power pulling our strings after all. We know barely anything about this place after all. The moment your words leave your mouth, you suddenly realize that being overly frank could make your promises seem hollow. But this sort of overt honesty also makes it hard for others to believe you are hiding anything. The Grand Duchess ponders for a moment, In short, everything we do is in service of searching for our friends. This is our only request. A young woman I care for, and healers of apathy only wish to find their comrades. If I were to refuse you, I would seem rather cruel, wouldn't I? Understand your position. You were just worried for our friends from afar, worried that they would get drawn into danger. Naturally, I do not wish anyone in my lands to meet with misfortune. If I ever have the time, I would like to send stoves out to every soul who lives upon the frozen earth. Elotta, can you promise me you will ensure our friend's safety to the best of your ability? Your Imperial Highness may trust in me. Good, good. Go now, Doctor. Go find your people. I permit Rhodes Islands to enter the mining district of the far north. Thank you for your kindness. I wish I were so kind. But few are they who appreciate the kindness of others. People revere those who snatch their rights from their hands, and are grateful whenever a portion of those rights is returned to them. That goes hard. I do not believe such acts can be considered kind. The winds of the far north are bitter indeed. You had best pack some warm clothes, Doctor. Doctor, Aloysius, you're back. Indeed. No need to look so excited. Gospodar Amir. This is the administrative center of Bresk, not some den of evil. Our chat went rather smoothly. Oh. As smooth as silk. There are some unexpected developments. You're still hiding things, both from us and the Grand Duchess. Right, yes, I admit that. But it really was the only way I could create the ideal conditions for discussion. And the results speak for themselves, no? Grand Duchess. What of her? She isn't what I imagined. Oh. How did you imagine her? Harder to persuade. So long as you can pinpoint exactly what she is trying to conceal from you, it is not difficult to persuade her. The problem is that most of the time, she will leave you no opportunity to find that weak point. Those infected, for example. Are they affected by changes in pathology, some new symptoms or apathy, or something else? That's where the issue lies, the lack of details. That is all the information that made it to Grifferberg. The moment the infected change, they are sent off to be supervised by the Research Institute. I've read your paper on the changes in Iridium and neuropathy symptoms, as have research institutes across Ursus, who are already launching their own projects based on that paper. If these changes were simply those mentioned within, it would not merit this sort of response. It is highly likely that the abnormalities springing up in the mining district are an entirely new threat. An entirely new threat. Institute looking into the cause, the district under lockdown, or the miners isolated from the wider country. This way, everyone will believe the matter is settled, but in truth, after the incident, all work in the district stopped, and all communications were cut off. Deity Grifferberg's inquiries have received no response. None is able, and none dares, look too deeply into this. The Grand Duchess wanted to hide things, but would never have been allowed into Bresk. It's better, and perhaps this has you believing she truly is a kind administrator. Of course she would let you in. After all, this is the friendliest place to the affected in Ursus. The Pearl of the Far North, Paradise in North Ursus. Bresk, capital of Breskenway. You didn't see anything unusual in these past 2 days, aside from a lack of people. That is how she runs the Far North. Like how since she became governor, nobody has been sentenced to death in the governorate. Has that lessened the number of people here who have met tragic ends? No. You seem to have a lot of complaints about her. Oh, you wound me. I promise my assessment just now was not tinged by any personal feelings. I was simply answering your questions. We are partners now, aren't we? I understand, Aloysius. Are these abnormal infectors still under the supervision of the Research Institute in the mining district? Indeed. To be more precise, they are in the Central Far North Mining District laboratory. Isn't that... That's the first place we need to visit. So now, having the same destination will make things much more convenient. Anything else you would like to ask? Very eager. Of course. I never intended to give you the runaround in the first place. I do have a question, Aloysius. Ask away. Earlier when we were at your friend's house, we had to cut our conversation short. I should have asked you this question first, but I never found the opportunity. What is it you hope to gain from this investigation? If I may be serious for a moment. I want the truth. The truth about the mutations in the central mining districts infected. I do not want the infected miners to suffer unduly, nor do I want the people of Ursus to sit ignorant of a looming disaster. Alright. Battle time? Okay.
始めるよ。みんな、助けに来たよ。リンゴちゃん、今日もよろしくね。
Which way are you going?
誰を餌にするか決まった。絶望の匂いまでカムフラージュできないわ。
Peace. Directed numbers.
終幕にバンカを本気で行くよ。手伝うね。
どうすればいいかくらい誰かが気づく前にあなたの死体を影に沈めてあげる。
迷っている暇はありませんわよ。マグマは振り返ることなく前へ。
Can you just leave this on? Yeah, I just leave it on, okay.
ちょっと言いにくいんだけど、私が巻き起こしたトラブルは人形がかりそめの命を宿す。あ、みんなこっち来て。どうせもう来たんだし、スープでも飲んでいったら。
See it? Alright. Central Far North Mining District, Ursus. Very recluse to the Institute. But it's been so quiet the entire way. Do people really live here? 3 days ago, the Grand Duchess made a sudden decree that all residents living within 30 clicks of the Central Mining District had 24 hours to evacuate the area. But the far north is sparsely populated. Evacuating such a large area in such a short time is no easy task. To mention ensuring they all maintain secrecy the entire time. That's hard. There are rumors that the Grand Duchess has always maintained absolute control over all affairs in this region of Ursus. Some even say she is revered even more than Gustav Bartushka. I should not be running my mouth like this. Probably some swear, expletive or something. She eventually allowed us in, which means she is not worried about our investigation. It's not necessarily the case. She can hardly show resistance to a Grifferberg Imperial Guardswoman's face, can she? Objectively speaking, the Grand Duchess has been acting as lubricant between the armies and the State Council, making sure the bitterness between the two sides does not devolve into outright conflict. I must admit, this requires considerable skill. She gets the favor of both sides, but this also means she must maintain absolute impartiality. You don't seem averse to discussing this. I thought you couldn't speak lightly on this topic of Ursus. In Ursus. Surprised? You seem to have some misunderstandings about Ursus, Doctor. I'm simply repeating the sort of gossip you might hear at any Grifferberg banquet. If you do not know these rumors inside and out, how would you manage to join these dinner-time discussions? Naturally, idle chatter is one thing. Actually trying to leverage this chatter for some upward mobility, putting it into action, is another thing altogether. A rather interesting point of view. On the other hand, regardless of whether the Grand Duchess is hiding anything, if she believes everything hidden well enough, it will certainly find something in this research institute looking into the abnormal infected. Do you hear a sound of fighting up ahead? Are those miners fighting with the patrol unit? Can't just sit by and watch. All hands, prepare a rescue operation. Wait a sec. I've got sharper eyes. A clearer view. The ones getting beaten down are the patrol unit? What? Off in the distance, where Elysium is pointing, you see two groups of people fighting in melee. A melee with a few surprising aspects to it. A patrol unit is being routed by a group of infected miners, who outnumber them several times over. The lackluster equipment in the patrol unit's hands is of no use, as the miners would have to pickaxes strike their bodies over and over. Doctor, are we still going to mount a rescue here? We need to stop things from escalating. Enough! Oh, stop it! What do you think you're trying to do? Kill us? Ursus will never let you get away with it. So what? So what? Since when have we ever been treated as human beings? We're people too, aren't we? We're never going to make it far anyway. Might as well take you with us. Just die already! My hand! Where did you come from? You monster! Monster? That's my name. Don't worry it out. Sorry, mister. Could you slow down a bit? We have some questions we need to ask you. Why? You want to protect these patrol unit bastards? You're here to take us in too? Never! We're not going to follow you back and all nice and quiet. The angry miner gets even more agitated, lifting the pickaxe in his hands up high. Stop. Voice out of nowhere floods into his brain, making the weapon in his hands feel extraordinarily heavy, and his legs feel full of lead. Try as he might, he cannot move. What the? What kind of arts is this? Not saying that. Sir, could you allow us the chance to talk things through? Amia steps forward, stretching her right arm out towards the miners, exposing the iridium crystals on her wrist that were hidden under her sleeve. As you can see, I'm infected. Most of my team are too. We mean you no harm. Please believe me. Infected? You're infected like us. With some amazing arts too. You must be those Reunion guys. What? No, we are not Reunion. We are from Rhodes Island, a pharmaceutical company. Oh, my mistake. Thought you were the legendary Reunion movement. I knew it. Bunch of infected coming together to form an organization. It's a fantasy, no matter how you look at it. Did you hear the name Reunion? Steve. Hey, Pan. What's up? How you doing? We gotta send our miners in. Again, Srankin had told us about it. To the south, real close to the border with Casimir's. There's a group of infected who found a place of their own. They've taken all the infected to ask for help, and drive out anyone who wants to do harm to the infected too. Ranko never lied to anyone. I really hope it's true too. But Casimir's is so far away. How are we supposed to get there? This Rankin, is he a member of Reunion? Maybe. I'm not too sure, to be honest. But he's out here. When he's around, patrol units don't dare mess with us. I heard he rescued those guys who got dragged into the research institute. Hey, Blabbermouth. We still don't know what these people want. Oh, right. So, why are you here? We lost contact with our friends in this area. Have you seen our mobile medical team? There are 9 of them, wearing clothes with the same logo as ours. And they would have been handing out medicine here. Handing out medicine? What, like Santa Claus in the fairy tales? The miners look at each other, as if they had just heard the worst joke on Terra. So, what was going on here earlier? Went to the carrying patrol unit. The murderers wanted to kill us. They locked us up and gave us no food, trying to starve us to death. Must have been because we couldn't dig up anything, so they didn't give us a single bite to eat, right? Stupid bastards. All even knows what happened to the vein. The origin just disappeared all of a sudden. Couldn't take it anymore. We had to run. We would all die. Is this true? What? Why are you looking at me like that? What are you going to do to me? The mining district has had a supply shortage for a while now. More than just a couple of days. We got given about, what, a few loaves of bread this month? You want to know what's going on too? To believe me? We haven't had time to bother with this rabble. We killed them. Then what? Are we supposed to go into the mines ourselves to dig? What are you doing? Hey, shut up. Oh, shut up now. Just happening in 1 or 2 mines. Up the far north. The entire mining district. All of us in it. We've all been abandoned. We heard Rankin was the first one to step up. He got rid of all the soldiers. Led several hundred people on an escape. And now we've escaped too. Wanted to find his group and leave with them. But they're far away by now. Okay, we've told you enough. Since you're infected too, you should get out of the way and let us kill these bastards. Sorry, but if I may be brutally blunt for a moment. I can overlook the reasoning of why you left your mine and treat you as asylum seekers for the time being. But if you actually do kill these unfortunate souls, then things will not go well for you. Delicious. You can't speak to them like that. It's for the officer in pretty clothes. Yeah. I never should have trusted you people. The appearance of an Imperial Guardswoman relights the flames of the miners' ire. They lift up their weapons once more to fence you in, but in fear of your Iridium arts, they dare not act rashly. As for the routed patrol unit, the moment they see Elysius, it is as if they had met the savior. They huddle behind her, cowering. It is altogether a rather awkward, irreconcilable scene. It looks like if we don't resolve the situation, we cannot continue onwards, can we? Things being what they are, we have no choice. Very well. The guardswoman pulls out some paper from her coat pocket, quietly writing down a few words on it before sealing it with an ornate envelope and handing it to the head miner. So Mega Man SF's Legacy Collection is selling like hotcakes. Potential SF4, even though SF3 was a really good ending to everything. Ooh, potential SF4. I did hear about the collection selling like crazy. Apparently, it's like just sold out in stores, right? Like the physical copies are just like sold out. It was really good. So, high hopes for that one. Hopefully, we do get an SF4. I haven't bought the collection yet. I do want to. I'll probably just buy it on like discount. I haven't barely even gone through the I don't have a collection, to be honest, so I don't know if I'll like even get around to the Star Force collection anytime soon. I'm definitely not going to be finishing Digimon anytime soon, because the next couple of weeks my Saturdays are written off, so not much I can do there. Also a question of, do I want to play Mega Man on stream? Probably not. I'll just play it at my own time. Yep. So, I have a suggestion that will make everyone happy. Take this letter. The seal on the envelope will ensure that no patrol unit harasses you, so long as you do not provoke them. Head north to Brest Sentry Post, and a letter to the soldiers there, and they will find temporary shelter for you. As for what comes next, discuss it only after getting there. Believe me when I say this is the only way to a peaceful resolution. In exchange, can you find it in your heart to let these poor whelps go? No, you can't! If we don't bring them back, we'll be disciplined. Enough. You're lucky to be alive as it is. Why should we trust you? Do you have anyone else you can trust? Aloysius. If we go to the shelter you mentioned, will there be enough bread for everyone? Rest assured, if bread is what you need, then bread you shall have. The head miner takes the proffered letter, and then turns to discuss the offer in hushed tones with the other miners. They quickly come to a consensus, and with no hesitation whatsoever, the miners form one long line and start heading north, as if entering the mine, just like any other day. A long stretch of miners slowly funnels through a gap between the huts. All the while Armia keeps looking towards the north, the procession fading into the distance. It is the best outcome we could hope for under the circumstances. I understand, Doctor. We can't help everyone we meet. This island will keep pressing on, until the last of our strength has left us. You turn to look at the Imperial Guards woman behind you, seemingly frivolous, yet always able to take the initiative. Never heard of any supply shortage in the mining district. This is no ordinary control measure. Yes, I know what you are about to ask me. Believe me, I know about as much as you do. We are of like mind when it comes to these misgivings. The Research Institute is not far up ahead. Let us go and find answers there. Let's go, Doctor. Have you bought the collection already? Central Far North Mining District Laboratory houses. Because it's kind of expensive right now. It's like 60 AUD or something. I'm like, yeah. I'm budgeting harder this year, trying to. As you walk along the corridor, the echoes of your footsteps are swallowed up by its unending length. Its stone walls lean inwards, as if their grave majesty were about to smother everything upon the ground. Those who walk along it find themselves lowering their voices, then lowering them even further. It's so quiet here. Rather, it seems there are no infected here. Or anyone, for that matter. Which means... it'll probably just sit in my Steam library if I bought it. Yeah, that's kind of the reason why I haven't bought it as well. It'll probably just sit in my Steam library for a while. I've been to several army research institutes before. They tend to be places of chaos. There's plenty of people coming and going. Sick beds that don't fit in the wards are put in the corridors. It's so different from a battlefield hospital. I play 3 anyways, because that's the best one. Yeah, 3 is really good. I love the noise mechanic. Man, the noise mechanic is so cool. It's so cool, it's so good. There's yelling, wailing, screaming from the affected. At least they live. At least they struggle on. But here... nothing. There are traces of fighting in the corridor. Was the institute looted? entire district appears to be in terrible disarray. If all the abnormal infected from the Institute have escaped. Soldiers of the district have been gravely derelict in their duty. Their leader will not shirk responsibility. Who knows? There may be great change coming to all of Briskenway. The miners had been here. There must be some clues to find. We have no accurate blueprints on hand. These sort of buildings usually follow a standard layout. If things are as expected, this hallway should form a loop, with standardized linked rooms adjoining. Every floor will also have an enclosed observation deck, for easier viewing of what's going on in the mining area. Are you able to detect any of those biosignals you mentioned earlier? Sorry ma'am, but if you are hoping to trace signals to a specific room in here, then I can do. The best you can do is confirm signal waves are coming from a certain area. You'll need to go there and inspect things yourself if you want to find the source, like we're doing right now. Alright, I was simply asking. This is a big institute, so I'll head down to the basement to have a look. In the interests of efficiency, how about we split up? Damio, it's dangerous to be alone here. I'll go with you, Aloysius. Sure. I don't mind having someone else helping out. Melissa and I will check upstairs then. Mantra, you and your team search the ground floor. Maintain comms at all times. Prioritize your own safety, everyone. This is a pretty spooky place. It's a neuroscience research institute. Who knows what strange things are hidden here? Like maybe they were experimenting with fusing humans and burden beasts. If anything goes wrong, get the doctor out of here pronto. Fighting. I know. Sure. I'm here. We have found nothing unusual at our current position. I have eyes on Amio. She is safe. But that biosignal, we can trace it more precisely than we let on, correct? 4th floor, mine shaft side. Target is not moving. What? You never told me you could do that, Captain. Deception is not your strong suit. If she's the Xenia monster mentioned. Very short on time, Doctor. Target's vital signs are unstable. Seemed really sure that we would find something down here, Aloysius. Thanks to a little laziness, many Earthside government's buildings follow the same standardized layout. If this institute is like the others I've visited, especially when it comes to how they divide up the space for specific uses, then there should be something left in the basement. The dead cannot get up and leave, after all. Do you mean this basement is a morgue? A temporary one, with incinerators equipped to handle the remains of severely infected. Ah. It's grim. Ah. Knew it. Power to the freezing mechanism had been cut. The basement was still colder than the snow-dusted outdoors. The young guardswoman runs her hand across the coffins, which leaves behind a layer of frosty condensation on her fingers. These coffins have been used. They must have lost power just before the evacuation. Could you take the right side of the room? Gospel's Amio. We'll open them up one by one to check. Aloysius. What is it? How careless of me. You might never have seen a corpse before. Then call someone over. No need to trouble yourself. That's not important right now. The infected remains are very dangerous. If they have disintegrated and we open the coffin lids, this entire room might become a higher iridium dust environment. Before Amia has even finished speaking, the guardswoman pushes open a coffin. There is no release of iridium dust, yet Aloysius' expression turns grave. What is going on here? Aloysius does not answer, instead turning to open another coffin, then yet another. The corpses interred here. None of them is infected. They didn't kill infected? Wait. Day back, Amio. They must have been performing some kind of experiments on the uninfected. That's all I can glean here. And that's all you need to know. Human experimentation, especially on non-infected. Yeah, okay. Why? There's no need for you to personally examine it. Thank you for your concern, but I think I should. Mia anticipated something like this. The moment she stepped into the Institute, sorrow shrouded her mind. It chills and clings to her. Suffering is smeared onto every wall in this place. Humanity's frail fingers are too weak to leave any trace on the stone and steel. Not even blood can find purchase here. All that remains is hate. Hate. Amiya does her utmost to ignore the spectral arms stretched out towards her. In the silence, she listens to the beating of her heart echoing through the chest. This is some Resident Evil shit. Dozen or so corpses, all in abject misery. Each of them has been twisted into incomprehensible forms. Their skin is ruptured, exposing their viscera and bones. They barely even look human. It is as if their frames have been subject to some enigmatic force, intent on warping them both inside and out until they neared complete destruction. Who knows how long they were subject to this agony? Who knows how they suffered during this torment? Are you alright? Amiya does not feel fear. Rage. She feels only rage. Sure. The very next instant, a familiar voice answers. I am here. What is it, Amiya? Aloysius and I are in the morgue in the basement. We can confirm that the Institute was conducting large-scale human experimentation. Experimental methods unknown. The victims we have discovered are all uninfected. No clues on the abnormal infected at the moment. Understood. I will inform the doctor. Stay safe and stay in touch. We can say that our earlier worries are more clearly defined now. The situation here, or rather, the far north, is much worse than our intelligence suggested. Strong emotion attacking me in the Institute, alongside everything we experienced on our way here, like the patrol units harassing the infected, and the contamination created by the Royal Guard. All this goes to show that the issues here extend far beyond the infected mutations. Me and Aloysius found something. The Institute really was conducting illegal human experiments. We're still unsure of the cause of the abnormal infections. No matter who our target is, there must be some information waiting. Where is she, anyway? I've searched all the rooms in the mine shaft aside, and nobody was there. What about the locked rooms? Same thing. The locks are old-fashioned, easy enough to pry open. But regardless of the status of their locks, most of the rooms had nothing except for things like empty shelves and cabinets, or this graph paper. Could she have left? Maybe we're looking in the wrong place. What do you mean? Aloysius says every floor has an enclosed observation deck. I never found anything like... Wait, it can't be. It's regular rooms the entire way around the loop. And we've checked every single one. There's not enough space in this weird building for an observation deck. There's a hidden door we haven't discovered yet. A room within a room. Voice comes out of nowhere, hoarse and fragmented. It creeps upwards from the ankles of the listeners up to their napes, coming to an icy standstill in the back of their minds. It sounds human, but it is hard to verify. Did you hear that, monster? I did. Up ahead. I remember the room. The lights here are broken, so stay behind me, Doctor. Behind the door is hidden another, this one unlocked. Though the hands of humanity once left their heat upon its handle, now it is as cold as ice. Monster pushes open the small light door. In the darkness, the visitors are greeted by feeble candlelight. First sound they hear is not the voice of a human, the wet, scorching sounds of viscous liquid. Molten wax strips, melting into the disorderly, blackening dark red stains on the floor, and splattering onto scattered sheets of paper. And on those sheets, next to some handprints, a list of formulae is scrawled out, tremblingly penned like screeches of fear and anger. Meaningless. It's all meaningless. Greater sits atop all creation, but its vast domain lies barren. Aside from never-ending disaster. Oh, thanks for the raid, Lowlife. Welcome to the stream, guys. We're just reading some Arknights story, and we're getting a pretty strong scene right now. If your stream is good, Lowlife. That's a funny name, by the way. Aside from never-ending disaster. That's earlier. I finally see that you were right. You were right. Absolutely right. Where are you? Where have you gone? I tried my best. Tried so hard. But in the end, it didn't even matter. Stream indeed, yes. That's good, it's good. To look for you all. I wanted to. But all I can do is take everything away. Take it all away. Then I will find you. The woman stretches out her hand, bringing a sheet of paper up to the candle's flame. The fire soon consumes half of it. She watches it burn with an insatiable gaze, completely unaware of the company by her side. Xenia! You're Xenia, right? Monster rushes up to crush the burning paper, extinguishing it with her bare hands before it can grow into an inferno. She is surprised to find that the slumped-over woman is surrounded by a tangle of wires. Where do these wires lead? If they are not intervened in time, what will the ensuing blaze have led to? Did she just say Ilya? She did. I heard it too. Is that you, Xenia? You've grown. You look different from before. Why didn't you leave with everyone else? No apparent response to sound. She may have entered a dissociative state. Move it to the side. Keep calling her name. Xenia, wait. I will find you. Those papers on the ground? You gather up all the sheets that were by her feet, flipping through them by candlelight. They are not what you imagined, not failed formulae or blank sheets of paper. The words written on them are clear and are in grammatical Ursine. What I am about to write is not meant to be known by any living soul. For there is no meaning in leaving behind words about me or the things I love. What I write here is merely my recollection and repentance, for me to take to my grave. I believed researching the sarcophagus was a grand undertaking, with clean energy for the Ursine people close at hand. But the ember of that hope was ultimately snuffed out by our own divisions. I was fortunate enough to escape that unjust massacre due to my ignorance. But my good fortune was itself unjust. For the price I paid was being forced to live the rest of my life in panicked mediocrity. I guess this is referring to the human experimentation. I have nowhere to go, no home to return to. The talent I was so proud of is useless. My life has amounted to nothing. Anyhow. A monster. Do you remember? Do you remember Kelsey? I'm... Xenia! Seems that whenever we are given the opportunity to advance, we always find a reason to hesitate. This interminable failure of my life has made me truly understand those words I read many years ago in a book, words I once scoffed at. The reason why Ursus is constantly flooded with sorrow and injustice is because we lag behind other nations in many aspects. No matter how many truths we discover or accomplishments we make, this backwardness will ruthlessly extinguish the fires of our inspiration. This appears to be a suicide note. Still no reaction from her. Let's say where the sarcophagus ended up after it left Schönberg? But it mentions researching some kind of material. I think it's describing mutations in Ursine infected. Gosh, should have been a chance to turn things around. But just like every other opportunity that passed me by, it was fleeting. Was my research wrong yet again? Or is this inexplicable, miraculous substance from the mines truly nothing out of the ordinary? It clearly contains no energy, yet it so callously tortures those patients who are already suffering from the disease, driving them mad, making them act in unusual ways, even allowing them to accomplish the impossible. I do not know, but I am unwilling to be the one who inflicts even more pain on them. Fortunately, I need not continue. That is all I have to say. Now all I can do is make guesses and plot using metaphysics, like some sort of poet. Or may simply be part of Ursus's essence, buried deep in the ground. Who revels in the suffering of those it abhors, all behind a mighty, harmless countenance. Enough. Stop heaping your egotistical, unfounded learning upon this man-made calamity, Xenia. What's more, you're a despicable survivor. You should have died 20 years ago at the hands of these soldiers, or here, at the hands of the angry infected. And now, it all comes to an end. Xenia. You know for sure that she's Xenia. What is Oka? Oka. Xenia can kill the royal guard. It's dangerous.
よーし、たどり着けない目的地なんてないんだから。
That was a strong scene. Human experimentation, huh? Thought Arknights couldn't get more dark. Is your first playthrough? Yeah, it is. It's my first playthrough. I'm sorely lagging behind in story because I'm reading it on stream. Get a lot of opportunities to stream. Yes. So I'm pretty blind to the story. I also don't really keep up to CN. I don't really keep up to date with that, so yeah. Skip until I get the pictures. Understandable. Yeah, because like if you wanted to like clear the event shop fully, right, like the event rewards, you'd have to go through the story really quickly, and that's like, you know, that kind of pace is not something that you could do unless you just sat down and played Arknights solidly for like I don't know, 5 hours? I don't know, how long would it take you to read the story? Arknights story is fucking long as shit. That's if you're reading while you're playing. That's why I always like skip event stories. Because I want to farm the event. The event's like a limited time. I gotta farm the event. Characters talk like a lot. There's also a lot for me since I'm new. Yeah, exactly. How far are you into the game? Yep, when there's no VA, so the writers go crazy. Yeah. The VA is what makes story expensive. So if you don't have VA, you can afford to have like really long story like this. Which is, you know, a merit and a demerit, I guess. I really like my stories to be voiced. So unfortunate. Chapter 12, we did chapter 16 for the event. Ah, okay, right. Let's go with that. Central Far North Mining District Laboratory versus. Did she just say, "Oh God"? I heard her say, "Kill the Royal Guard." Even. I like this chapter a lot. In general, I like Arknights' story. There's been a couple of chapters where I've been like, it's alright, and then there's like some that's really good. A lot of Arknights' story though, it's like a lot of it feels kind of like babble to me, like filler. Although it's not exactly. It's like very small details. But yeah. Not in this case though. I think everything I've read so far in this case has been pretty pretty cool. I don't know. So she means the substance called Oka killed the Royal Guard? Is that possible? Sort of demonic product even scarier than the Dominion. Identified substance discovered from the mines. Used by researchers to experiment on both infected and non-infected. Results proven to worsen neuropathy symptoms. Maybe it's just a special name for a substance. We can't come to a conclusion before we've seen it ourselves. Sinia! Look at me. Can you remember anything? You're... Something this attempt to be as fruitless as the last, but the woman's glazed eyes suddenly pop wide open. She immediately clutches the clothes before her, pulling Monster close. You're the director? Director Kelsey? Did you come here for me? I want to go back. I want to see the professor. I want to see the Professor Ilya. And I don't think they'll want to see me, right? A coward like me who couldn't do anything. Do I still deserve to see them? However, the woman does not wait for the monster to respond before releasing her grip, but returns to her prior position on the floor. No, something's off. You're another director. I never saw her again. Just like the others. She wouldn't be here. I even saw those that came after her, and they? Who did you see? Was one of them a short Liberty who's always smiling? Liberty. Yes, I've seen her. Where did she go? I don't know. The group that killed the Royal Guard. She was with those infected. They'll die. Everyone will die. I don't know. I don't know. He's dehydrated. So the information we've been getting. The miner's escape is related to the Royal Guard. Which I mentioned that the contamination caused by the Royal Guard is spreading south. So the answer is obvious. But did the Royal Guard really get killed? By a bunch of miners? How's that possible? What it means if it is indeed real, so we should consider. Grand Duchess actually locked the mines down to cover up the fact that a Royal Guard died in her domain? But that's impossible. Be it the Tsar or the armies, they wouldn't let the matter die so easily. If she really was trying to cover up, she wouldn't have agreed to let us in from the start. Does that Imperial Guard know about this too? That is exactly what we need to consider. Let's contact Mantra and Amia first. Delta. Likewise, we have made progress here that coheres to your information. There are traces of fighting and some medical equipment lying around. It's our standard issue. Wait your ASAP. Asapu. Understood, Doctor. I'll be right there. What is it? Have your companions discovered something? I'm afraid we can only explain after we regroup. Aloysius, are there any other leads we should be aware of? There are limits to what I know, and I can't draw any more useful conclusions. If needed, it would be acceptable to let your doctor come here to investigate. But this only makes me even more certain that the army has no moral baseline whatsoever. Could I ask if you know anything else about what happened in the mines? What do you want to know? The experiments conducted here or something else about the mutated infected? What's wrong? Army has always resisted using her powers in such situations, and in such a manner. But still she tries to probe the Imperial Guard's mind. Aloysius' head shows only her hazy doubts, and no guilty conscience. See, let's go. Doctor, these papers, a suicide note. What should we do with them? No, barely mentions the sarcophagus. A guards woman gave us information, so we should repay the favor. Is it over here? What a quest. I'm sure there's a secret or two buried here. Searching this deep. Wait, what is this? The guards woman gaze rests on the pale-faced woman leaning against the wall, eyes shut. You said you didn't evacuate. Her name is Senia. We wanted to ask her if she's seen our friends, since the researchers should have bumped into our mobile medical team. But she's been in a daze and is severely dehydrated, so it's unwise to press her. And they use candles and wires on the ground. My guess is her attempt to take her own life. Doctor, what exactly happened here? We came just in time to prevent an explosion. The situation is complex. And what are those papers in your hand? A suicide note. You should take a look. Researcher achieved nothing. A mysterious substance called ochre and human experimentation. It seems the dead we saw down below were killed by this stalker. They were really conducting human experiments here. Damn, I was just making an offhand remark back there. I see the Grand Duchess has truly hidden many things. But what was the point of the experiment? I'm not surprised the researchers resorted to such base methods. They should have had some sort of goal. And this researcher hasn't said anything. Seems like some research materials have been destroyed on purpose, but it's unclear if that was done by the miners or researchers. So we still don't know how those mutated infected came about. Though we know now, at least, that the miners who are still alive have escaped, and save for this one researcher, they are the only clue to cracking this case. The infected miners left after ransacking the place. They went south, our only clue. We should hurry. How long will it take until this researcher is well enough to field questions? Hard to tell. She's severely dehydrated, and in a pretty bad state too. So we should prioritize her recovery. What a pain. We don't know how long it's been since they left. We should grab the chance to catch up, since we know where they went. There's no way we could bring this woman along with us. We can't even move her out. Sir and I will stay here to look after Cinia. The rest of you go after the miners. Sure you want to stay here by yourselves? It is your choice, but I still have to remind you. No one knows what's going on with these mines in the far north, so no one can guarantee your safety. We'll keep ourselves safe. You can trust in Amia's command. Doctor? You do it, Amia. I will go with Amia. Doctor, I hope your efforts prove fruitful. Cinia can move again. I'll come to find you. Signal should gradually improve upon leaving the contaminated zone. So it's settled. Doctor, if the signal doesn't improve, we'll come back here after we find the miners to regroup with you. Be good then. That is our backup plan. Let us hurry now. Central Far North Mining District, this is what I mean, but I get tired just reading. Here, hurry! Yeah, what's the rush? This lousy positioning system works only half the time. Might not even be here. Last time it was a burner beast that escaped just to find some grass to chomp on. This thing only sent a signal to the outpost after it ran more than 10 miles away. But you know it won't be the same as this time. That's why I skip. Understandable. Technically, no one should be at the south exit, since it's been sealed for a long time. Huh? How'd you get here from over there? Oh, you're not even a member of our squad. What are you doing here? It's my question to ask. This area isn't under your jurisdiction, is it? Pass the time to care who's covering where. The one who gets to use and catches the wrong way infected first gets the credit. Now get lost. You're on my way. According to you, I was here first. So the credit goes to my squad, no? Finds some scavenger first gets the credit. What are you doing, Tosha? Stop wasting your time with him and continue your search. Over here! They're all hiding! How do you find a laugh like that? Go and see. There's a hole up ahead. Just huddled in there. I think you wouldn't find them. Boys, boy. This is too funny. I think it was a trench. Tosha, Gesha. Take everyone and drag those burning beast brains out here. The positioning data show there are quite a few of those runaway infected miners. Do you need our help? How many heads are in your squad? We're a small one. Just 6 of us. That's a big group. You say so. We're the only 2 remaining idle squads around here. We got here first. So you have to share the spoils even if you don't want to. Ah! A shrill shriek breaks off the stale standoff. Sounds of struggle and bones broken by blunt instruments immediately follow. What's going on? Help! Save me! They got mad! Yeah! It's infected are all crazy! You're not wrong. You'll witness both the wrath and madness of the infected. Fight time? Fight time.
さて、罠に踏み込んでくる虫けらはどんなやつなんでしょうね。誰を餌にするか決ま、誰かに気づく前にあなたの死体を影に沈めてあげる。
I can't even deploy in the invisible, huh?
みんな助けリンゴちゃん、今日もよろしくね。私を呼び起こしてくださったのはあなたです。今すっごく気分がいいの。
あまり待たせ足元を見てください。獲物はどれですか？
みんなこっち来て。時間は待ってくれませんよ。小石がお家に戻ってきたよ。
取るに足らん処刑だ。立ち会う価値もない。
ドクターと私、人形のかりそめの命を宿す。
奈落に小躍りするグズはどこだ。
うわ、見ちゃうところだった。無数の心が交わるハーモニー。
あまり待たせない。
Oh, fires are the last deployed, huh?
奏
Okay.
でましょう。
生き残る
Deployed.
それがあなたが守るべき唯一のルールですわ。
Fear not. Fear forces a swift decision, whether correct or not. True. One blue box. Two are sides. Okay. A turret? What is that? Reduced defense.
お前が望む結果を見せてやる。
Straight into battle. Okay, that's fine.
さて、罠に踏み込んでくる虫けらはどんなやつなんでしょうね。
本気で行くよ。
いてるけど、どうすればいい？絶望の匂いまでカムフラージュでき
The
る。
fuck is that? Looks like a fucking mech. I hope he's not too strong. Boy, it looks pretty strong. Okay. Not to play a granule over there.
リンゴちゃん、今日もよろしくね。
獲物はどれですね？これで静かになってくれる。
How am I gonna kill that thing? Where is it gonna appear? Okay.
わあ、みんなこっち来て。小石がお家に戻ってきたよ。時間は待ってくれませんよ。私を呼び起こしてくださったのはあなたですね。それでも慰めを求めますね。結果をお聞かせください。
影すら捕らえさせない。
リンゴちゃん、今日もよろしくね。無数の心が交わるハーモニー。
取るに足らん処刑だ。立ち会う価値もない。堕落に小躍りするグズはどこだ。役立つ情報を奴らに吐かせてやる。
ドクターと私があなたをどこまでに追い詰める。
俺がやる。派手な傷跡を刻みつけてやろう。
Come on, load for me. Thank you. Central Far North Mining District Laboratory. This is. Celia! Celia, are you awake? How are you feeling? Feeling? I don't know. Am I supposed to feel something? You're not Kelsey. You were never hurt. I didn't even ask you that. Ugh, my head. What am I even saying? I'm a monster that operated Rhodes Island. Also a companion to Kelsey. Monster. A familiar name. But I don't remember where I heard it. Now what about you? Why are you... See now. It's Rush. Doctor. From Rhodes Island. You're indeed connected to Director Kelsey. Rhodes Island. Serafina talked about the place. What sort of help do you need? What help can I even give you, as I am now? Take this back. Oh, look. Look at this. Thought I'd be awake enough to destroy it myself, but it seems staying sober did not save me from this headache anyway. This was written for the dead, but did not cause you any offense. Sorry, reread it. You're a sarcophagus researcher, Shonabog. Your writing a way of addressing Castle proved this as well. That was a long time ago. I was just an assistant then, following Professor Ilya around, running basic data analysis. I barely had any significant ties to the project, but now I see it as the very link to my ruin. I'd rather all that had never happened at all. Still treat Kelsey as your director, and the research is still on your mind. Do you know where the sarcophagus is currently located, or where it possibly could have gone? It's complicated to explain, but you really have to find the sarcophagus. Wait. Oh, wait. Explain. What do you mean by currently located? Is it not in Shadowbook? What? So, not only is the sarcophagus no longer in Shadowbook, the city itself has completely changed. I don't know what happened. I have no clue where it went either. Sorry, I can't help you. Do you know of Archon Kadu? I don't know, I'm pronouncing that right. How do you know this name? Skip that first. You know him, right? Did he ever tell you anything about the sarcophagus? No. I've actually never met him. You what? After the incident at Shadowbook that year, someone with that name contacted me by mail. He called himself a friend of Professor Ilya, expressed his condolences about what happened, showed a willingness to help out a student of his old friend, and recommended me to some other laboratories within the country. I once thought it a nasty joke, until the well-funded labs mentioned in the letter actually came looking for me. This will happen a few more times. Indeed, he gave me many rare opportunities. But even now I have no idea who this man is, or why he helped me. He contacted you again recently? Yes. He invited me to Deity Grifferberg, claiming there was an important project I could deploy my skills on. But I was tired. What could I even do? Looking back on what I did, all I could bring was more calamity. If I had to choose where to end my miserable life, let it be the frozen soil out here in the far north. Doctor, what do we do now? Project in Grifferberg sounds somewhat suspicious. Sounds like she doesn't know much about it either. Denia, how did you come to know Serafina? The lab had to supervise the mobile medical team in the mining district, so we got acquainted rather quickly. But we never spoke much to each other. They don't allow researchers to get too close to anyone unrelated to the project. It's a bit too late now. If you wanted to find her, you left the lab with your people. With that group of miners. That's all I know. The outcome mentioned in your writing. What kind of experiments did you do on the affected miners? Wretched mistake. I didn't know. I had no idea they would use Oka to do those things. It's still time to rectify mistakes. Central Far North Mining District versus... Central Mining District is huge, and all 11 miners are connected by a surface transport system. Stations are installed at every mine to deliver raw ore to be washed, processed, and stored in a warehouse. The map seems to indicate this is the largest warehouse, and the worker dormitories are right next to it. The south mine exit behind. Layout. Storing Iridium in a warehouse so close to the dormitories does not mean they trust the miners. It's that they absolutely do not care about the hazard posed by active Iridium particles. Oh, yeah. Did you find something? A chip. I saw it from the research lab terminal. Every miner here has a positioning chip in them. This could be why the miners we met earlier were found by the patrol unit. Before the miners were chasing we were chasing chose to leave. They must have gotten rid of these. They tear out the chips themselves. Alright, Captain. In these south dorms, we found bandages, chemostats, and other medical equipment. Or Rhodes Island issue. There's blood on the bandages and equipment. They turned the metal bids into a makeshift operating table, and might have performed surgery on it. I suspect quite a big fight happened here, and the injured had to patch up their wounds. Oh, what? Shriek again. So those are normal findings. Captain's asking me if you've seen any tracking chips that were forcibly removed. No sign of any such thing. Except the area. As Elysius says, the man-made damage inside and outside the warehouse seems to imply a fight broke out. I think it was a minor scuffle, unless the fresh snow is covering up some of the aftermath. Alright, good work. Captain, should we go take a look? There is no answer, but Fidia walks straight into the warehouse's direction. The soldier pauses, then follows the group's footsteps. Looks like you figured it out. To be honest, I called it a big fight because... The guardswoman steps to one side and motions Elysium to help lift a waterproof sheet. The revealed hole is filled with uneven matter, covered up with a white substance that at a glance appears to be a thickened dirt snow. The smell doesn't seem to be snow. Correct. It's limestone. And below it are corpses. I told your operator earlier, already investigated the area, and they took it as is, and did not search the place any further. I wasn't going to tell you about this. They probably wanted to burn the bodies first, before realizing they couldn't get a big enough fire going, resorted to whatever was around. Quick lime to cover the stench, and waterproof sheet to hide the hole. It worked, since we didn't smell the blood, yes? Captain's saying the dead are patrol unit members. I can't say for sure. I'll climb down the hole and find out just who our unlucky customers are. I'll help. It's fine. Just pull me up later. Elysius jumps right down and stands on the edge of the hole as she wipes some limestone off. She grabs a sleeve, quickly drops it, and goes over to check the clothes on the next body. Can you help me back up? Before anyone extends their hand, Mantra moves her thick tail down and wraps it around Elysius to hoist her up, and releases her gently onto the ground. Yeah, with the tail, okay. Never been treated like this. Not the best time for that, so sorry, Captain. Get to the point. Most of the bodies down there are indeed patrol unit members. The first and second layers, at least. Found this too. The crowd looks at the fragile crystal fragment in her hand. Most of it has been charred, but the neat circuit proves it used to be a chip. Quite a few on the ground down there. Fragments like this one, or even less. Seems they made a difficult choice. You're putting it lightly. Captain says the miners probably attracted the patrol unit with the chips, and then offed them all in one shot. After all, they only got the time to remove everyone else's chips after eliminating their pursuers. This sort of organization and ability. Certainly not your garden variety miners. That leader definitely has military expertise. Perhaps something else. Something else? A Ursine folktale. The great Yorodspor descends upon those in distress and leads them out of dire straits. Just a tale born of boredom. So don't pay much mind. You want to find them before their actions become radical. More radical. After all, it's just the patrol unit today. Tomorrow it could be the military police, and then it might even be the Royal Guard. I have to find them before things get even worse. Tra, what are you looking for? Tra's eyes sweep through her surroundings. After a long silence, Amia hears her voice in the mind. That young Imperial Guardswoman reminded me of something. The Yortsville. I remember seeing this word in Dr. Calcett's documents. It was related to Ursine research on demons. Long time ago, I too was on the Ursine soil. After a few mishaps, I was taken to be a Yortsville. Then did I learn of an unrecorded Ursus secret, so hidden that even libraries in Sargon's City of Gold do not know it. The people of Ursus venerate the Yurtsville. They believe the Yurtsville's love transcends both the mortal realm and suffering. This is how it has the power to lead one astray. So you think what's happening here is related to Yurtsville? Shouldn't the Yurtsville be a part of the deity Griffinberg? Only a hunch of mine. Everything that has happened here gives me a sense of unsettling familiarity. Mia follows Mantra's gaze and scans the area, but does not catch anything unusual. So I was overthinking, but also found some unexpected delight. It has left a beacon nearby. News from it? Wonderful! So this is how you and Radiant communicate. Could babble. Radiant was my first assistant. But her talent far exceeds that role, and she led her own squad after becoming an elite operator. I heard there used to be many on Rhodes Island who feared you before Radiant joined us. Occasionally, it proves to be true. Some of our colleagues are better at speaking than thinking, and their interactions can be problematic. I am no expert at explanation. It's how my fearsome reputation got passed around the Rhodes Island water coders. A few emergency operations where I probed into mines without prior notice. After several rounds of exaggerated retellings, I became a witch who could stick my hand into their heads to toy with their minds. This one? The story Teresa told me. I thought it was a Sarkaz legend. Perhaps that was a true Sarkaz tale. The speaker would have been defending me in saying that. After Radiant joined Babel, she stood among those defending my reputation. But today, we see him as the flag bearer in that regard, as are you. It's our responsibility. Just as I thought. Found them. Cho reaches out to wipe snow off the beacon's base, and slowly the symbols on it are revealed. Good stuff ahead. She feels the faint signals left on them, and some words gradually float into her mind. This is Casimiris border. Again. Central Far North Mining District, Ursus, 3 days ago. Know what, Doctor? We beat those patrol unit monsters. Please calm down and don't move. It's a deep wound. No big deal. My life would have been well lived. Here, if all I managed was ending the lives of those brutes. How could I even relax like this? Never imagined this. Those high and mighty patrol unit guys couldn't either, I bet. One day they would have to bow down to the infected. He even asked us to spare his life. Lucky I went straight for his head. Bacon was right. No one could tread on us forever. We'll drag those old bastards down from the ivory towers one by one, and let them have a taste of the ground. But... Again, we've already searched the place. Tell the lieutenants and men that sized military trucks with little fuel left. If everyone gets on, it'll last us until around 200 kilometers. Besides weapons and medicine, found some food and water. Not much though, it's not medicine either. It's pretty good already. I think these were worth the price we paid. We discovered a container door with extra encryption on it. We need an identification code. Can anyone here tell me what other secrets are lying around here? Controlling the minds of this hour, this day. Not telling me you stumbled here from boredom. I don't know. I'm just a driver. I'm better than a burden beast. I go wherever the captain tells me to. A code or your life. Choose. I really don't know. They've given us the code to prevent the goods from running off. Only the recipient can open it. Running off? What kind of thing would do? Answer me. What the hell is inside those containers? Victor, give me one of those explosives. Kim, what are you... Just do it as I say. Victor sticks a small iridium bomb on the container's lock. Simple move, but he almost drops it from how fast he's breathing. Door slowly falls. Can sees no fewer than 30 to 40 bodies, locked in a 10-meter squared container. All locked deceased, no exception. Some had struggled to the very last, their iridium crystals piercing into neighbors with messy, bloody wounds. No doubt they were stuffed in here all still alive. He can no longer tell what stole their lives away. He does not wish to think about it. Did you know? What? Drop the act. Who was it? Who gave you the order? The Minebot. The Grand Duchess. She made us do it. She cares about the miners here. Those in charge here get punished if the head count drops. They always have to patch up the gap by burying some infected with their own funds whenever one miner escapes. Sometimes they get non-infected to solve their problem, and it costs more. I have nothing to do with all that. Look, you already killed the actual bad guys. I'm just the driver who listens to his boss. The same as you, right? Expected, sir. Please, let me go. I promise I'll desert the patrol unit. Just pretend I died. We're different, you and I. Willingly became infected. You had a choice. You could have chosen not to stand on the same side as those murderers. No reason I should forgive you. Again, we're done organizing the food we found. These patrol unit guys are good. Tonight we can. Father? What? Father? Is that really you? Wonderful. Please, explain it to him. Tell him I'm not evil. My father's uninfected. How could I hate them? Gania. Didn't you go to Grifferberg? I did. I did. I didn't lie to you. I needed money to stay alive, even in Grifferberg. They didn't just hand out bread and meat. Being a driver was the only option I had. Father, please, save me. I'll never do this again. Holy. He silently stares at the oblivious elderly miner. Then gestures at Holly with his head to look at the container. Try to reform him, much less release him. If he truly is your son. He throws a knife on the ground and walks away. It's not my boy, is it? Father? Even the late autumn weather fails to prevent the corpse's rotting stench from spreading out into the air. The old miner's gaze shifts between the mess of mangled limbs in the dark depths of the container and the tall young man before him. Finally, he shakes his head incessantly, as if refusing to believe the truth. My son wouldn't say such words. He wouldn't do something so this disgraceful. You're just a damned bastard. My son's skin. Why do you live inside his body? Originally trembling, the old miner explodes into a rage, knocking the man down to the ground. Yep. Waiting died again. Okay, give me a second. I think my capture card died. For a reset. Well, we went on for an hour and 45 minutes, you know, that's okay, I guess. Yeah, gonna BRB, gonna reset. I might as well go for a bathroom break while I'm at it too. That was really weird. So I'm back. Alright. Let me get these set up again. I can jump back into it. So Windows decided to do a sneak update while I restarted. It fucked things up for me for a bit there. So I had to restart again. But anyway. Alright. Plug in the game and we can continue. Okay. Miner explodes into a rage, knocking the man down to the ground. His fists rain like a storm, as if trying to drive something out of the body. The man has no strength to resist. Who are you? Who are you? Oh, poor Gania. Soul could have been saved. This is how it should have been. It was you, abomination, that left him with nowhere to go. Just die.
ドクター、眠いからもう帰っていい？
It was like 3 lines, and it would have finished the map. It was alright. Everyone knows that happiness is neither lasting nor eternal. So what? Amanda's greatly increased HP. Is that the thing we saw last time? Fort Breaker. What's a Fort Breaker? Can be blocked by units of 3 block. Can fight 3 gorillas at a time. 3 miners, okay. Fires several rockets dealing AoE damage. Fires more rockets when under a commander's orders. What is a commander? Infiltrator cannot be blocked, can fight 1 gorilla at a time. Picked up patrol captain. Use long. Yeah, okay, it's versus thing. Blue block here. There you go, blue box. So I guess the majority of enemies will go through here, and whatever the boss is probably going to go through this way. I assume this is the boss stage, considering mid boss. Considering it's a red map. This is probably fine. Update.
どこに行ってたんだ？迷子になってたわけじゃないよな。
At least eat something, holy. White bread. You don't see it much outside the cities. Far North Tundra. This is years ago. Huh? You started singing. Victor, found your last. Come on, Nikto. Oddball, Diddy Dollar, Professor and Cynic. Let's dance. It's just the right kind of music. Now's not the time for dancing. bonfire's gonna draw attention in this darkness. We found a tractor and a bunch of supplies. Not much, but enough to get us farther away from the blasted place. Is that worth celebrating? Unchipped, out of the mines, beat the patrol units. Now we have a tractor and supplies. It's beyond my wildest dreams. Vatoshki and Rankin. You're always looking for them. So you're bound to each other. It's okay to give them a little breathing room, you know? Do you happen to know where Rankin is, though? Beside that bonfire you don't like. Wanna join us? Last question. Who's playing a Gordon? You'll find out if you come with. Victor takes the gloveless hand offered to him. The palm is rough but warm. Different from any other in those memories, and he has intentionally forgotten. They walk in the direction of the bonfire and music. He said he was here. Yes, he is here. Many times Nikto saw him clench his hands into fists, swing a weapon. Nikto could not imagine how those hands, knotted with scars and thick with veins, could operate something as delicate as an accordion. He plays the accordion? Yeah. What about it? On the fireside, Rankin's calloused fingers leap across the keyboard as he gently pulls and presses the bellows. Music fills the air. See? I told you. Come, don't just stand there. It's not like we get to relax every day. He catches him like a hunter catches prey. As he is brought into the crowd, his feet instinctively begin to step in rhythm. Victor was once an excellent dance partner. He tried to stop thinking about it once when he came to the mining district. Get that frown off your brow and everything off your mind. Just dance, let your body move and get rid of all your troubles. The crowd moves and sings to the beat, responding to the rhythm with every joint in their bodies. It is the simplest, most primitive form of dance. Hum. Still exhales and begins to move, bending his knees, kicking and spinning. Movement animated and rhythmic. You can dance! See? I figured no one could deny the energy here. Victor does not answer, continuing to kick and turn mechanically, unemotionally. Step forward and step back, jump and turn until the next downbeat. He takes the hands of his dance partner and begins to lead the dance. Wow. No need to thank me. The humility in you is there. It's clear that you're really good at dancing, even to an untrained eye. Your speed and this magic under your feet. It's almost like flying. What do they call it? Hus? Enchainment? Follow the pathetic instincts of an ornament. What do you mean? There's no explanation. Stepping energetically in time, Victor pulls his partner towards him, then pushes her in the opposite direction. Laughing, she runs into a young man without a partner, eager to try. So Nikto lets go and hands her over to her new partner. By the time the dance has ended, Nikto is standing very near Rankin. Take one step back, you'll be sitting by Rankin's side. Nikto does not do so. Before he opens his mouth, he reminds himself. Do not press. Ask Rankin about the truth calmly, gently. Do not cause a commotion. Do not interrupt this rare moment of joy. I didn't know you played the accordion. I didn't know you danced. I guess we're not close enough to share everything. There is something you must tell me if you really consider me a friend. You want to see Hawley. Is he still not eating? What do you expect? We need to talk, Rankin. Rankin sighs, bringing the melody to a close. He hands the accordion to a nearby miner. Nikto recognizes the face of Pavel, Bogina's brother. Is Bogina still running a fever? He does not know. Pavel takes the accordion and begins to sing an unfamiliar song. Lively, soaring, yet sad. Sweet, soft, fragile flower, leaning against the oak tree. Hang out your head, not sway with the wind. Talk over there. He gets up, and they leave the crowd and commotion behind. You didn't need to do that. Could have done it yourself, like you usually did. Would have praised you for your kindness if you had sent Holy away on some sort of pretext when you did the deed. Why'd you make Holy do it? Rankin the noble, Rankin the hero. Is it not enough that you've triumphed over the foe? Did you need to torture your own comrades like that? Does it make you happy? Make your victory glorious? Why did you? Because I was angry. Yes, don't make excuses. Pretend that I expected Holy to let his son go. This is what I wanted. I'm happy about it. Should I be calm? Should I be merciful? End his pain like you said? Or should I? Do you think the people who are loaded into their containers did not beg for mercy? Beg for someone to end their pain? You accuse me of being unkind. Who would accuse these beasts on their behalf? I do not understand them. They look human, and they speak the language of humans, but their deeds are more monstrous than any monster. How could they prey upon their own kind like that? So calmly, coldly. This difference frightens me. It's as though we never shared the same human dignity with them. If they're not the monsters, then it must be me who is the monster. Rankin's words are clear, his tone impassive. As he gazes into the Black Knight, Nikto wants to turn Rankin's head around and make him say it to Nikto's own face. But he does nothing. Silence. You were right. I didn't need to do it. It's pointless. You're torturing yourself, Rankin. You shouldn't pretend to be as strong as you think you are. And you shouldn't demand that others be as strong. It's not my place to accuse you. You carry the responsibility of everyone on your shoulders. You must become the hero. It's a remarkable thing. You can't pretend that the fear and hesitation in your heart doesn't exist. You're trying to hide from yourself. The result is what happened today. You lost control. It's dangerous. You don't know what you might do the next time your emotions get the better of you. Thank you for the warning. I'll remember it. Let's gather the others and put the bonfire out. Time to go. Far till the next village. Let's wait a while longer. They're happy. They haven't been so happy for a long time. They found a vehicle, one step closer to the Casimirian border. Enjoy themselves a little longer. Have themselves up a bit. You enjoyed yourself when you danced just now, didn't you? What about Holy? Do you still care about how he's feeling? Don't need anything. He's not responding to people talking to him. Come around. You can keep thinking that way if it makes you feel better. Kid turns around, takes a few steps towards the campfire. Before stopping in his tracks, he turns back around, walks in the other direction, until he leaves behind the friend with whom he had developed differences, and the comrades still enjoying themselves. Keeps walking until the scene of unfading crimson once again fills his thoughts. Do, Rankin. I think my skull's crushed. There's blood everywhere. Help me, Rankin. I don't want to die. Rankin. Sorry. Accept it. Accept pain as you accept mortal pleasures. Accept death as you accept the life that Ursus grants. Therein lies salvation. Yes, I accept. Who are you? Who the hell are you? Souls could have been saved. This isn't how it should have been. It was your abomination that set us adrift, never to find salvation. It's your fault. Your fault that we have nowhere to go. No hope. All of you. You never had anywhere to go. Is Vitochki not with you? Came to find you, Rankin. Why? Is there something I can help with? Oh, I would like to help you. Killed that thing. It became your revelation. You carry the burden of all. Understand your pain. It's painful to carry the burden of life and death of others. To carry the burden of duty. How could it not be? I witnessed how your soul became torn and tattered. I do not have the cure. I could not compliment your courage. It was the source of your pain. Thank you for your understanding. There is no need to pity me. I chose this duty for myself. Besides, no, I never believed in revelations. I've always done what I thought was right. Yes, you chose it yourself. Oh boy, I could save you, except yourself. I can only send you my sincere blessings. That one day, you will find salvation from pain, and the peace that you desired. The old woman puts a withered hand on Rankin's chest, and he feels his chest filled with warmth. Rankin touches his chest. Was he too tired or hallucinating? He does not feel his heartbeat. Since you asked, let's start with a crackdown in the mining district. It began with people who had too much time on their hands, who discovered a new substance deep within the exhausted mineshaft. Of course, we began to study it. The infected are one thing, but why can't we leave the mining district either? There's nothing coming out of the mines. Miners are being shut inside their quarters, unable to go to work. Who knows if the iridium veins inside have really dried up? Sit and wait. The Grand Duchess won't abandon us. Wait? What's the point of waiting? They're not issuing our salaries, just supplies. Why not just leave us then? Why not just let us leave then? Not everyone's so carefree like you. I've got a mother to provide for. I've got news. The mines haven't been exhausted. What? Really? Guess what we found at the bottom of the mine? The iridium's grown back? You don't have any imagination. Imagination leads to futile hope, which leads to death. I don't want to die yet. So what exactly did you find? Geologists from Brest say that it's a geological fault, not exhaustion. Faults cause shifts in rock formation, resulting in iridium ore seemingly disappearing. But in fact, it's been transformed. Can you explain it in a way that a non-geologist could understand? Meaning that the iridium ore is gone, something new has appeared. Look at this! Fresh out of the hole. I'm taking it to the lab for analysis. Here's your chance to help. The excited researcher takes out a flask of black fluid, the surface of which is smooth as a mirror, and shakes it gently. Are you sure? I'm not a geologist. I don't think faults turn rock from solid to liquid. Sure they didn't make it up just so we can have something to do? I went down myself, right? Stuff's everywhere. It's like an underground river. Miners said the iridium ore was gone, but it's only been transformed into this stuff. You have a chance to be a co-author on my paper. You should be more grateful. Fine, I'll come. Like I don't know, you just wanted to use my lab. What about it? Yours is the tidiest. They the ones that did the human experimentation? Indeed. How could a fault turn iridium ore from solid to liquid? But there was no need for us to doubt the truth. That was plain as day. After swift analysis and comparing the results, it confirmed that it was a substance the likes of which we'd never seen before, and we named it Ko. The Grand Duchess's orders came. Go straight into human testing. Who ordered it? The director? Even the director's orders. I don't understand its nature. We haven't even begun animal testing or energy testing. We're being too hasty. I'm going to find him. There's no point talking to the director. The volunteer quota has already been filled, and Lakota is moving forward with the tests. Besides, this comes directly from the Grand Duchess. She wants the results in 2 weeks. 2 weeks? It's not even enough to find out its half-life. I don't like this. If you don't like it, you can leave the Oko research. I was in charge of extracting the active component of Oko, and I worked with Lakota to develop the animal testing region. Of course I want to continue. I just don't think this is right, to go straight into human testing with zero idea about what might happen. The sooner we get results, the sooner the Grand Duchess lets me go home. That's my only concern right now. Like I told you, not everyone's as carefree as you. Human experiments began regardless. I was excluded and do not have access to the experiment data. I wanted to figure out the nature of Oko, and why it appeared in the mines, though. The experiments on lab musk beasts showed no progress. At my wit's end, I even thought about experimenting on myself. I never did, of course, because I learned that those so-called volunteers were not volunteers after all. You need to get out of here, Ksenia. Serafina, how did you get in here? I thought there were guards at the door. Are there new volunteers from the miners? Listen to me, Ksenia. Those miners were never volunteered. Even the patients who were in our medical posts were forcibly conscripted. Your colleague was such a smooth liar that I didn't detect she was lying at first. But she said they volunteered. What? Those volunteers that participated in the experiments never volunteered. They never came back. Whatever's happening here goes against all scientific ethics. You remember Votochki? Beltolo. The one who stammers a little. Good girl. She remembers everyone in the mining district. She told Rankin, the foreman, as soon as she noticed that people had gone missing. First the infected miners, then their non-infected families. Rankin went missing for a while too, appearing with the bodies of a few miners who had gone missing. Stop, Batushka. So when Lakota said that the experiments were paused because of equipment theft. I don't know the details about your situation, but the miners have left their quarters and are coming to the lab. They want an explanation. The miners are mostly infected. They have the strength of numbers. The guards can't stop them if they're determined to force the issue. There will be blood. But I've never heard about any volunteers showing rejection symptoms, much less death. Are you sure? No, I'm not. Do you have the experiment data? No. I've been looking for the director all day to request access, but I haven't been able to find him. Alright. I'll see you later, Iban. Thanks for coming by. I don't know what you're researching here. Ultimately, the worst thing that can happen to the infected is to be incinerated. This place still retains the function of a hospital, and as His Imperial Majesty hoped. You could check the incinerator, org. After that, you can come to the medical team's camp if you want to come with me. I didn't accept Serafina's invitation. But she was right. Clothing without owners was stacked haphazardly in the basement. The incinerator was still running. The last person keeping watch over the place had left, leaving behind bodies that had not yet disintegrated scattered further like the clothes. The volunteers who participated in the experiment died en masse in a span of just 2 weeks. The impact of Oko on the human body was beyond doubt. Central Far North Mining District Laboratory. As was the case with the human experiments, I was excluded from the evacuation. The lab was empty by the time I went to the basement. The truth. I put all the still intact bodies into cold storage. In fact, I can only guess that there was an evacuation. I don't know where they went. The director, Bakura, or anyone else. Thinking back on it, it was just like Schoenberg, except this time I was the one in the lab. You were too young at the time, and you were on the project as a student intern. You were not on the list of cool stuff. How did you know? Were you? I understand. We found Dominion pollution in the mining district. The Royal Guard was here. Not anymore. Before you passed out, you said that Oka could kill the Royal Guard. Then you said the miners killed the Royal Guard. Which one is true? Are they both true? I don't think there's anything to talk about. How does an ordinary person who was born and raised in Ursus describe the sudden collapse of the violence that had dominated her life for so long? The Royal Guards are the stuff of nightmares to the children of Ursus. They watch your every word and action. So you are cautious and careful. So you're well behaved and obedient. Invincible. Undefeatable. When you suddenly witness the death of one, it only means that something even more terrible has appeared. The miners touched by Oka killed the Royal Guard. No. I don't know anything about it. Forget I ever said anything. I didn't see anything, and you didn't hear anything. Just leave. I told you everything you wanted to know. Everything that I could tell you. Even if all it does is accelerate the deaths of the infected. It would be an unimaginable disaster if it got out. Leave aside the question of who killed the Royal Guard, or even if anyone killed him at all. We don't know if the fleeing infected miners came into contact with the substance. If they did, and it's contagious, they were not allowed the researchers to leave. The changes brought about by Oka are not necessarily contagious, at least based on the experiment data that I managed to find. They haven't begun comparative observation yet. Do you still have a sample of Oka? What do you intend to do with it? It's not about what we intend to do, it's about what we can do. To get our hands on a sample and find out. What all the samples are. You're going into the mines? Now? Seems to be the only option. Don't you want to find out what Oka really is? Combat time! Going into the mines!
先輩、早く早く。あっちの鶴にも食べ頃のベリーが実ってます。リンゴちゃん、今日もよろしくね。
聞いてるけど、誰かに気づく前にあなたの死体を影に沈めてあげる。
今すごく気分がいいの。
取るに足らん処刑だ。立ち会う価値もない。聞こえた。骨は菜園に拾ってもらえ。役に立つ情報を奴らに吐かせてやる。
わあ、本気で行くよ。かの深き海より参りました。わあ、見ちゃうところだった。時間は待ってくれませんよ。マグマは振り返ることなく前へ。遺言の伝達。
小細工を浪してみるといい。無様な死を望むならな。
獲物 はどれですね。
聞こえた。役に立つ情報を奴らに吐かせてやる。
誰を餌にするか今日は託せよ。どうすればいいかくらいわかるわ。私に出会ったのが運の尽きだ。ご命令の通り、おもちゃで遊ぶのもここまで。私に出会ったのが運の尽きだ。聞いてるけど、絶望の匂いまではカムフラージュできないわ。どうぞ続けて。おもちゃで遊ぶのもここまで。
ドクター、それでも慰めを求めますね。我慢にも限界。さあ、もっともっとよ。ドクターと私人形がかりそめの命を宿す。
I should use the other one that expands
ドクター
the
と
range,
私
hey?
きっと今同じ作戦を描いていますわね。
Well, there's the last one. Oh, okay. Easy.
断る。あなたが与えてくださった試練を乗り越えましたよ。ご覧いただけましたか？
Okay. I might call it there for today. Looks like that's the end of the event. Did I get these in time? Okay, so technically I still do have time. Clear 16-8 for this. What stage am I up to? That's literally the next stage. You know what, let's clear one more stage. Just so we can get that one. Just one more. Everything else, I can leave everything else. Everything else is fine. That's just like materials. But let's get the skin. Even though it's of a character that I would probably never use, but a skin's a skin, so you know. It's limited, you know it is. One more. One fire, a house, an answer. Perhaps a love that can be felt. Tunnel to the polluted facility. Normal Iridium slugs are greatly increased. Three? That's a commander. Gives orders to army enemies on the field. One. Okay. Takes less damage under a commander's orders. That's all. It's not a commander's orders. The interference at area decreased when under a commander's orders. Cannot perform ranged attacks if allied units or minor guerrillas are nearby. Huh. Okay. 3 blue boxes. Fine. Go with the same team. Let me switch.
Yeah. わかりました。
Straight in the battle. Nice. No story. Expect there'll be story at the end there, but
命令に従い出撃。
fine with me. Oh.
助けに来たよ。リンゴちゃん、今日もよろしくね。
聞いてるけど足元を見てみなさい。
Oh, holy shit. Okay. Just noticed I was losing HP there. So it looked like they do damage to you when you hit them. I think that's what it is.
かの深き海より参りました。どの戦いも楽しむべきよ。
I need a boy Gladios or
獲物はどれですか？
待つことにおはよう。わあ、本気で行くよ。マグマが振り返ることなく前へ。迷っている暇はありませんわよ。本気で行くよ。無数の心が交わるハーモニー。雲の間に甘酸っぱい虹には銀色の日差しをたっぷりまぶして。本気で行くよ。
range just needs to be touching, right?
誤差ありません。ドクター、すぐにご決断を。ドクターと私、きっと今同じ作戦を描いていますわね。
Damn it! I could have put her in range. I forgot about it.
ドクターと私はあなたをどこまでも追い詰める。
That doesn't count. Yes.
はい。
Central Far North Mining District versus You need a break? Huh? Oh, no. Just... If you have reservations, we can look for it ourselves. I chose to be your guide. Besides, I want to know the truth about Oka too. Worst case scenario, I guess they exile me. The path ahead seems to be safe, Doctor. I do not detect any life forms. Huh? Senia glances at Monster, then quickly and awkwardly looks away. You notice the researcher has been following Monster quietly, looking at her from time to time. Even Monster has noticed now. You keep glancing at me, Senia. Do I look weird? What? Oh no. It's just thinking here brings back memories. What memories? You see, the problem is that I don't remember them clearly. It's so distant, it's become a faded and indistinct. Like ink on a piece of paper that's been submerged in water. I'll ask you a couple of questions. Of course. I can only hope I can answer them. You said your name is Monster? Yes, that's what they call me. Monster. She chews on the unfamiliar name. Monster, do you feel cold? Huh? What I mean is, you're quite lightly dressed. I can give you my jacket if you need it. But at least keep the wind off you before we enter the mines. I guess it might be a little too old. I get it. There's no need. It took me a little while to process it because you're the first one to ask me this question. But no, I'm really not cold. To Senia. Your constitution is strong, and the cold doesn't bother you. Yes, I'm strong. It's alright, Senia. You can trust us. We'll be walking together for a while. Feel free to ask any questions. Right. You said you were colleagues of Director Kelsey. Is Director Kelsey well? Close with her? I wouldn't say that. I was Professor Ilya's assistant. I didn't have much interaction with Director Kelsey personally. All I remember is a few. Senia! Yes, Professor. Why isn't the experiment data from this morning on my desk? I'm sorry. I'll go get it right away. How many times do I have to tell you? You need to be able to keep up with the pacing if you want to be part of the project. If all I wanted was someone to copy instrument readings on the paper, my 3-year-old daughter could do it. What are these scribbles? Energy conversion equations? Do your job first, Senia, before you try anything new. What's this? Director Kelsey, it's nothing. Nothing to waste your time on. One person. Senia is still young. It'll take time for her to get used to working on an active project. I'll take responsibility for any mistakes. Did you come up with this equation yourself? Yes. The theoretical model was quite creative, but the simulation model was sound. The equation will form the basis of highly efficient power supplies, if it can be successfully established. Kinetic energy loss has not been taken into account, however, and more validation of the data is necessary. Good grief. I'm sorry, Dr. Kelsey. There's no need to apologize. You took initiative. You wanted to be part of what's going on. You can listen in on the next report session, if you want. Really? Don't be so hard on her, Ilya. Once you encourage the enthusiasm of youth appropriately. You made worse mistakes when you were her age. You're right, I understand. Thank you. It's true that Director Kelsey inspired me at one point. Like many who were there, I had hoped that research into the sarcophagus would yield a new form of clean energy that could benefit everyone. That way miners would be liberated from the dangers of the mines, and the lives of the infected would no longer be needed to fuel this monstrosity by the name of Ursus. I was young, naive. It never occurred to me that a country's character, like the character of a person, is not so easily shaken or changed. Regardless, I was very happy I got to hear Dr. Kelsey's name after the accident. I thought maybe I would have a chance to see her again. About that, Senior. Sorry. Forget I ever said anything. I assume it's something you may not answer. I just thought, you look like you might know where the director. Perhaps you knew her, knew where she went, and if she's doing well. I suppose it was never my place to know. Denia. Yes? You'll see Kelsey again. I promise. Oh, so you mean she is still... I'm delighted to hear that. We'll see Kelsey again. Will you, Doctor? Yes. I look forward to it. Should I get the chance, I'd like to go to this Rhodes Island Director Kelsey has founded, which Serafina has mentioned. Moment. Something's not right. We didn't see anyone on the raid, did we? No miners. And even though we're very near the mine shafts, we haven't seen a single guard, a single patrol unit. Grand Duchess put the entire mining district on lockdown, so everyone transferred. I know about the lockdown. It's a transfer. It's completely different. I thought the only problem was the failure of the Orca experiments. I never heard anything about the mining district being cleaned up. It's definitely strange. We've hardly encountered any resistance since we entered the district. Defenses are even sparser than inside Bresk. Where'd they go? Far North Tundra. This is... Kim puts the finishing touches by carving on the door of the carriage. Throws away the rock. I know how to draw the symbol down. I'll help next time. Sure. You can do it next time. I'm done over here. We've gotten the stuff out the other containers. Our side is done. The last two containers didn't have much in the way of useful supplies. Should we remove the mechanical components and take them with us? You said you used to work in the machine factories in the city? Yes. Take a few parts that could be used on other machines. Maybe we could sell them for money. Assuming anyone will buy them. We must also take the injured into account. Los Pozos, Serafina. We have too many injured. It's not realistic to immediately continue the journey on foot. We need rest. Thinking. Took inventory, we should have enough food for the last 2 or 3 days if we ration it. Should last us until the next village. I thought there would be more. I suppose we should be glad to have what we have. Betoshki found some nuts stockpiled by the must feast. Sate hunger for a while. It doesn't spoil easily. Now we need medical supplies, although we need food. Find it. Only ways in nomadic cities. A mobile medical post. If we could contact one. Ken looks towards Radiant. I could attempt to contact my nearby mobile medical post. Thank you. Los Pozos, Serafina. Don't thank me so soon. I have a condition. We appreciate what you and your team have done for us in our current circumstances. The injured must stay put while I attempt to contact the mobile medical posts. It's my judgment as a medical professional, they need rest. The kind of rest that isn't bump. Are you talking? Are you taking? Havel. A few sweet talkers who could coax coins out of their supervisors. He didn't like the slick talkers from the ore washing plant. It has nothing to do with my preferences. Why not me? Because I might argue with you. We're seeking help from a nearby village, not soliciting donations from a noble banquet in Riverberg Baron. Your way won't work with farmers who can't even write their own name. Call me that again and I'll break your nose. Break your knuckles on it. I think seeking help from the village is a good idea. Till Gospels Serafina makes contact with the mobile medical post. Oh well, you can't sit around doing nothing. Not injured. You sat around doing nothing. You sang and danced. You played the accordion. Or past tense. Supplies will run out soon. I must do what I can before that happens. Well, gone. I need you to stay here and take care of those stay behind. The camera is dying. Let's hold out until the end of this story scene. Call it a day. Not the villagers will be charitable this time. Of course, people were glad to open the door and see an infected standing in it. Where do you learn that? How long has Rankin been there? Should we check it out? Calm down. Rankin told us to wait. The last time. Come out there, Tochiki. I know you were following us. Rankin must have known too. Just chose not to say anything. You stay behind with Nikto and the others. You need to take care of your babushka, don't you? Babushka said it's alright. I wanted to help, so I came. I can help. Did Nikto know that you came with us? They might have thought that you weren't missing. I left a... That works. You know, I thought you could be useful with us. Rankin wouldn't have it. Where has Witchtail gone? He's going to negotiate with him. See if we can get food. What do we have to trade? Parts from vehicles. What, he went over empty-handed? Maybe he wants to show that he means no harm. People might get the wrong idea if he was holding a weapon or a chunk of metal. He didn't take anything last time either. These people stall for time while they sneak someone out, call for the patrol units. I have to help him. Pavel! Wake up, wait up. Stop it. Get us inside. The miner covers his colleague's mouth with his hand and pulls him to one side. They can hear the indistinct sound of talking coming from inside the house. Listen. Sound formed. Something doesn't sound right. Promise you won't just kick down the door and I'll let go. As soon as he can breathe again, Lina points towards the back door of the house. There, clear as day on the snow, the row of footprints leading away from the house. One of you, go knock on the door. Act anxious and spin a story when they can answer the door. Hey, you go! They got Rankin. Whoever knocks on our door is next, isn't it? I'll go. No, but Tochiki. Tochiki taps slightly on the door with the knuckles. The sound from inside ceases. Who's there? Keep knocking. So soon. Oh! What's going on? Sir! Are you alright, Rankin? Lydia, I thought I told you to wait outside. Tochiki? What are you doing? You didn't know? There are all miners who came out under orders to find supplies. Yes, sir. I must apologize for what the fool did. He spent so much time underground that he's forgotten how to tell a good person from a bad one. Sorry. So sorry. We had a bad experience when we tried to seek help from another village. I thought this might be the same. Cool. You're honest about things. I have a fair idea of how people from other villages treat the infected. Most of us is like that. But you're not those infected that don't care about authority and just want to cause trouble. You're miners. Yes. No, of course. That we can't leave the mining district without permission from up high. This is our foreman right here. They told him not to go back until he's found supplies. The bosses leave you to starve if they don't find it. Yes, it's not so bad for adults like us. But kids like Fatoshiki over here, how are they supposed to grow without eating? Fatoshiki? Skill? She's a minor too. How old are you? 9? Yes. 10? 15. You're shy, like my daughter. She might have a child your age now, if she's still alive. She went to the mines after she got the zone disease. Not around these parts, to the east, the northern tundra. Further away, anyhow. The mines are good. Don't worry, Dedoshika. Grandpa, huh? You know, when she got sick, she wouldn't say. I haven't heard from her for a long time. Let's not talk about that. Sounds like you have people running in your mining district. Places don't care about their miners at all, giving them nothing to eat. And they don't give them any other way out either. I heard some miners got so desperate they ran away. Rather risk the petrol unit. Can you help us? Wife went out to discuss things with others before you came in. So those footprints were... You have the parts, Lydia. Right here. He takes the cloth package and gives it to the old man. Here, you should be able to replace the aging parts in your harvester with it. In exchange for the food you shared with us. Sure. See, I don't know anything about the harvesters other than it's been broken for a while. Do you mind helping me fit the part on, if you want to help? Let's take a look. I used to work in a machine factory. That's great. They managed to get food. A fair bit of it too. Kennedy says it was a good year for crops. But his harvester was broken. They managed to harvest the most of it by hand. But they need to have surplus grain sitting around in granaries because the caravans didn't come this year. Life is hard for everyone without cash. Still, they were willing to barter with us, rather than waiting until spring to sell. Lydia said those parts are worth more than the soap. As far as we're concerned, food is priceless. Did you go so soon? Yes, we've accomplished our mission. It's time to go back. I had hoped that you would fill your bellies before you go. If you want, there are a few houses on the west-east of the village that have been empty since previous inhabitants left. Your group can take shelter there, make a fire, get warm, and make some food. Lasibo. Can't tell you how grateful I am. There's no need. The girl helped us repair the harvester for the next year. We're the ones who should thank you. Besides, it's not like we did much. Normally we don't touch the collective food stores for winter. Patrol units are less frequent these days. It's a chore when the tax collectors come around. What we old folks did was take a little grain out of our own reserves, so that you can go back and say you've done your job. Like there's anything else we could help with. Maybe you could tell us your daughter's name. We could try to ask where we return to the mining district. She's not here in the far north. She's in the northern tundra, or to the east. Tell me. Well, I suppose it can do no harm. Her name is Milana. It's probably someone we'll find out. Or no, I don't know. I don't remember the name. A pair of blank, flawless eyes gaze out from the darkness. The cracking of the bonfire hides his indistinct mutter. Grief. Salvation. What's that supposed to mean?
先ほどの戦術、非常にお見事でした。この勝利もあなたが用意したサプライズでして？
We're done. I got the skin! Just in time. Because I'm not gonna progress the story offline on my own, so I'm definitely not getting the rest of this shit. That's fine. That's alright. That's just how it is with story progression.
ああ、ドクター。
Yeah. Thanks guys for watching. Probably be back on Tuesday with some more Arknights. Because we do want to catch up on story when we can. Other than that, or I might play Hidden Burns Red. I don't know. We've got content to do on HBR, so and there's no need to rush story at this point since the event is disappearing tomorrow. But yeah, thanks guys for watching. I will see you guys on Thursday. Otherwise, I'll see you guys later. And there's my sound too. Oh, okay, it's back for a minute. All right.